Welcome to the Echohawk Podcast, your verified source for confirmed developments within the Rabenherz sphere of influence. All information presented has been reviewed, approved, and formatted for clarity.
Reviewed by whom?
Relevant channels.
That sounds like a corridor with opinions.
Several corridors. In fact,
Progress.
good evening, loyal listeners, curious skeptics, and everyone who insists they are only checking what we are saying this time. Let us begin. Conditions across Rabenherz managed districts remain stable under continued pressure. Lakeborne incidents have remained concentrated near zones of active Rabenherz influence. This has led to a predictable increase in public speculation, political theater, and several headlines written by people who enjoy question marks a little too much.
To be fair, when attacks keep happening near one power structure, people ask questions.
As they should. Questions are healthy. Premature answers are less so. The current pattern supports more than one interpretation. One interpretation suggests that Rabenherz Productions is the cause. A better interpretation suggests that effective territory attracts hostile pressure precisely because it is effective.
That is the official interpretation.
It is also the one that survives contact with the available data.
Available to us, or available to everyone?
Elena,
I am adding texture.
you are adding legal weather.
We have legal now, let it rain.
We will return to that point. Black Feather patrols continue to operate with increased visibility. Civic response remains mixed, but measurable trust indicators are improving. Local businesses in stabilized areas report fewer disruptions, more predictable access routes, and, in several cases, a willingness to put chairs outside again.
Never underestimate the politics of outdoor seating.
Civilization has been built on less. Public interpretation remains lively. A recent press conference attempted to frame Rabenherz Productions as the central cause of Lakeborne activity in the city. This framing was interrupted by an informational correction.
That is a very gentle phrase for hijacking a press conference.
A live clarification occurred,
With an advertisement
with a public information segment
featuring Leon.
featuring Leon. The segment in question has since circulated widely. Its tone was unconventional. Its production values were memorable. Its legal classification is, at present, someone else's problem.
That sentence just put on sunglasses and walked away.
The important point is this. For the first time, the public conversation has shifted from fear of transformation to the possibility of reversal. That matters. The Lakeborne are no longer being discussed only as threats, victims, or anomalies. They are being discussed as people for whom a path back may exist.
That part, it deserves to be said plainly.
Yes, it does. We will now address several circulating claims.
Claim. The recent Anchor-related broadcast proves that Rabenherz Productions has full control over Lakeborne transformation. Correction. No such statement has been confirmed. The existence of a tool does not imply complete mastery of the condition it addresses.
It does imply they have something.
It implies progress.
That word is doing a lot of lifting.
It has been trained.
Claim. The anchor is only temporary and therefore symbolic. Correction. The word only is doing more work than it deserves. Early reports suggest continued use may produce effects beyond immediate stabilization. Details remain limited. Conclusions should not be drawn ahead of evidence.
But hope is allowed?
Hope is permitted. Expectation is premature.
That is going on, a mug.
It absolutely is not.
Adrian?
The signal remains clear.
No, it does not.
It has returned to clarity.
That is not the same thing.
We proceed.
Claim. A new private acoustic technology has been deployed within Rabenherz facilities.
Private acoustic technology?
That is the phrasing.
That sounds like someone invented a room that tells secrets to itself.
No official deployment has been announced. There have been unverified references to localized sound suppression, controlled privacy fields, and what certain internal personnel have allegedly called the quiet. Echohawk cannot confirm these references.
But you can say the name dramatically.
I did no such thing.
You paused before it.
For diction.
For theater.
For diction with atmosphere. Rabenherz Productions has confirmed the appointment of Victor LeBlanc as official counsel. This is being described internally as a routine structural advancement,
which means something finally got large enough to need paperwork with teeth.
Legal counsel is a normal feature of mature organizations.
So is not saying things into microphones until a lawyer has looked at them.
We are adapting.
Are we?
We are being observed while adapting.
That sounds more accurate.
Mr. LeBlanc's arrival signals a new stage in institutional development. As operations expand, influence increases, and public stakes rise, precision becomes essential.
Translation: fewer accidental confessions.
Fewer poorly structured truths.
That is worse.
It is more precise. We do not generally comment on internal personal matters.
That has never stopped people from speculating about them.
No, it has not. Several figures connected to Rabenherz Productions have recently become the subject of heightened public attention, symbolic reading, and, in some cases, openly hostile misclassification. Echohawk reminds listeners that a person is not defined by the loudest story told about them.
That was almost gentle.
It was accurate.
It can be both.
There are also reports of private strain among high-profile personnel. We will not name individuals. We will not invite speculation.
But
functioning systems are not made of unaffected people. They are made of people who continue while affected.
That one was actually good.
I have been doing this for a while.
You once spent 26 minutes explaining that a municipal weather alert contained hidden economic messaging.
It was a very specific weather alert.
It was fog, Adrian.
Fog is historically under-examined. Recognition this cycle is awarded to the unnamed technical and communications personnel responsible for transforming a hostile political frame into a public discussion about recovery. Their methods were disruptive. Their timing was aggressive. Their results were measurable.
You are congratulating a press conference hijack without saying those words.
I am recognizing adaptive communications excellence.
With jazz hands and an anchor commercial.
Elena!
It worked.
Yes, it did. This cycle's imperial seal is granted to useful skepticism. Not all doubt is opposition. Not all criticism is sabotage. A system that cannot withstand questions is not stable. It is merely quiet.
That is dangerously close to encouraging people.
Only to ask better questions.
And who decides better?
The answer is under review. A brief technical note. Previous transmissions have experienced minor irregularities. These irregularities were temporary, contained, and did not compromise the integrity of the broadcast.
We are acknowledging them now?
We are acknowledging their containment.
That is not the same thing either.
It is the useful part.
The last one had music.
A distorted fragment
of the Cash-In Show jingle.
Of an unauthorized audio source.
It knows where to cut in now.
Then it knows where to fail.
That is a very Adrian sentence.
Thank you.
It was not praise.
Nonetheless accepted.
We're so glad you've lost your way. Now it's time for us to play. Jump right in, don't delay. You'll be perfect anyway.
That was longer.
The signal is restored.
Adrian,
The signal is restored. Rumor is not the enemy of truth. It is what grows when truth arrives late. Echohawk will continue to arrive on schedule. Thank you for listening. Stay observant. Stay aligned.
stay aware.